We had posters. Did they bring you one? Okay. Hey, good. All right. All right, good. I see them walking out. Thank you. I would. Yeah. Well, if you need some tickets, let me know. Yeah. Okay, you can come back.
In the council meeting.
Okay.
Just so everybody knows.
Yeah. If you need more, let me know.
I think it was just, walking down. Good.
We just say we want to approve pre-assistant plans for the certificate number.
What's simple? I can say he had the struts on the first. He said he couldn't handle it. He had to get the shaved off. He seems to be. Feel like he's one of those guys. Oh, Father Jack, he's that amazing. You got your check.
Good.
That amazes me.
Be ready. All right, everybody. Sorry we're a little late tonight. Had a meeting that went over. But I'd like to call to order the Lawrenceburg Board of Works meeting for September 17th, 2018. If I could get a roll call, please.
Board of Works member Paul Seymour Jr. is absent. Board member Alan Calloway.
Here.
Police Chief Don Combs.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
EMS Director Bobby Mills. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
Utility Director Olin Clausen.
Present.
President Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, any announcements? I don't have any for this meeting. If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Motion.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? That motion will carry. All right, committee reports. Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
I want to let the board know that coming up in October, we're going to be starting our confined space rescue training. It's going to be about 5-6 days. It's pretty intense training for us. I think it'll start after fall break stuff, because we had to plan. We're just focusing on Fall Fest and getting some work orders turned in around the firehouse. We found a few. Other than that, that's all I have.
All righty. Police Chief Donnie Combs.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have for the board tonight is to let you know the remaining 2 Dodge Chargers that we have. We're fixing the steering link in them finally. Weiler has finally got them in there and repairing those, and that'll be the last of them. That's all I have.
All right. MS Director Bobby Mills.
Yeah, Mayor, the statistics for the month of August, we made 219 calls. We did break another record, as long as I've been keeping statistics. For the month of August, that's about 60 to 70 runs over our average that we've been, how much we're up just for that month. Very, very, very busy. Well, I have.
Okay, thank you. All right, new business. I've got one item tonight. We had 2 new police officers recently come to Lawrenceburg. I'll tell you, it wasn't for lack of trying. Snyder and Donnie Cohn's been trying to do this for about 2 years, I think. Get some new police officers, but things happened, and we needed to hire a couple. We actually swore them in my office on, let me see, one of them on September 7th and one on September 10th. But what we'd like to do tonight is bring them up individually and swear them in a public meeting. So, Donnie, you want to stand up here with them, or do we have Bill Halbig in front first? Bill, raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, William Halbig, do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Indiana,
and of the state of Indiana,
for said city of Lawrenceburg, Indiana,
for said city of Lawrenceburg, Indiana,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Congratulations. Congratulations.
And next gentleman I'd like to bring up is Garrett Schmaltz. Raise your right hand, Garrett. Repeat after me. I, Garrett Schmaltz,
I, Garrett Schmaltz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Indiana,
and of the state of Indiana,
for said city of Lawrenceburg, Indiana,
for said city,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor, if I could say real quick,
Of course.
we did some very rigorous interviews and PTs and more interviews, and these two gentlemen are just top notch. I did take them from other cities.
Shame on you.
I don't apologize. They are top-notch police officers, and they are top-notch people with good families. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Well, before you took them, I heard from both of those mayors, and they didn't want you to take them. But, oh well, hey, we'll take the best of the best. Thank you.
Very
Thanks
happy they're here.
Thanks for choosing us. Okay, under new business, I don't have any additional new business. And nothing in the old business tonight under Board of Works. I'll entertain a motion to pay the claims.
Motion.
I'll second that. And all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Utility Board, as soon as we're seated. Okay, I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Utility Board meeting for September 17th, 2018. Roll call, please.
Board Member Tony Abbott.
Here.
Board Member Aaron Cook.
Here.
Board Member Mel Davis.
Here.
Board Member Randy Abner.
Here.
Board Member Paul Seymour Jr. is absent. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
Utility Director Olin Clausen.
Present.
President Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
Any announcements?
I got a few things I want to bring up, Mayor. If you want to do it announcements or new business or something?
Does it need motions?
Yes.
New business.
Okay.
Any announcements?
No, Your Honor, I can cover them under committee reports.
Okay. If not, then I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. Committee reports?
We have completed the water and the sewer project over for the new restroom at the racetrack. We did that with, if you recall, several months ago, we came and asked for approval to purchase a new directional drill off the state purchase list. We demoed the Vermeer. We decided the Vermeer was probably the better machine for us after talking to a few of the contractors who've been in town doing work. And so we have actually gone ahead and initiated the purchase of that. We used that machine for the installation of that stuff at the fairgrounds. We've got another project upcoming for Pry-Pack that we'll be doing that work on. And so we anticipate getting a lot of use out of that machine over the next few years, especially with the fiber rollout. So I just want to bring that to all of your attention.
Okay.
We've got Whiskey City Rodeo, which is the Lyman Rodeo and the rodeo event, which will be starting next Thursday. We're anticipating a virtually a sold-out event. So we're looking forward to that. If anybody has groups who are interested in volunteering and providing assistance to us, please reach out to me. We've got some things that we can certainly use help for. And other than that, that's all I've got, Your Honor.
All righty. Any new business tonight?
Not for Your Honor.
All right. Old business. Or Tony, do you have some new?
Yes, I've got a few complaints on the east side of town about brown water, filling up their bathtubs and the water's brown. I'd like to know, last time that we've had our fire hydrants flushed or repaired or worked on, is that something we need to start doing a maintenance program on them and do them every so often? So
We do that on a regular basis. We flush hydrants on a regular basis. When you get brown water, what happens is something's taking place that dramatically changes the turbidity of the water in the pipe, and so the stuff that's resting on the floor of the pipe gets stirred up and shows up in your sinks and your tubs. We've put a few notices out to customers if they experience that, to let us know about that so that we can go and address those issues individually. It isn't a health risk for the customers. It's an annoyance for the customers, obviously, but generally that happens depending on some major event, broken water line, something of that nature that changes the turbidity enough that it picks it up off the floor of the pipe.
okay, so when's the last time the fire hydrants have been flushed in town?
We actually do that on a regular basis. We flush hydrants on a regular basis.
What's the regular basis on? When's the last time?
We've got 1,100 hydrants roughly in town, and we generally go to those hydrants and test those hydrants on a regular basis, meaning a few a month, sign off on them that they actually work in case the fire department gets a call. We know the hydrant functions, that it turns off, it turns on. If it needs painted, we paint it. And so we're doing a few a month.
So they are being done.
They are.
All right.
Are these really recent
Yes.
complaints?
Does Andy have that information? I get
He does.
Okay. All right.
I
Yeah,
got-
I could see where that could be quite an annoyance.
Well, it's not just annoyance. I don't want to drink brown water. Nobody
No.
wants to drink brown water.
Right.
Besides what gets on their clothes when they wash them. So
True.
if we kind of concentrate on the east side of town right now then,
Yeah, I can make a note of that, Tony, that we can look at the east side of town.
but make sure that when you're going to flush these, you set up a program to flush them. Make sure you put out some kind of notice so that they know, so they don't wash your clothes that day, because I get a lot of complaints like that. They wash your clothes in brown water and they're stained that they can't get out.
Yeah, and it interestingly, you bring that up, when we test a hydrant, sometimes that is the result, is that we stir up the turbidity.
That's why I
Brown
see a
water develops.
big notice out.
Yeah, so as a practice, when we're going around doing that, sometimes we are the cause of that brown water showing up. But the reality of it is, we need to ensure that the fire department and the city has functioning fire hydrants that they can count on if they go to hook up to them. But we can do that. We can certainly let the neighbors know and the people in the area know.
When you flow those, you flow test those also? Or
We
just-
do.
Okay, I know you got a float, or you got a testing machine, don't you, Johnny? Flow test?
I won't put it on a hydrant system. It's a digital,
Okay.
just for trucks.
So, but that's a great point. We can do a better job at letting the customers know when they're in their neighborhoods, because it is an annoyance, especially when people go to do a load of laundry, especially if it's whites, and we've done testing recently. It can turn everything kind of a rust brown.
Yep.
Anything else?
Now, yeah, I got one more thing. I just spoke to a gentleman outside, Mr. Neski, and after speaking to him, I'd like to call for a work session of the utility board with him so that things don't get too far out of hand.
A work session
Yeah, a work session.
for the utility board?
Yes.
Okay. Is it John Ineski?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna have a work session, Dale, there's a couple of things I'd like to add to that agenda, if we could.
It may have to be executive, but we'll figure it out.
That's fine.
I'd like to learn more about any new developments.
Okay. I'm just making a note so we know to schedule it.
Sure.
All right. We can do that. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Any old business?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That motion will carry. I'd like to call to order the City of Lawrenceburg Common Council meeting for September 17, 2018. All rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Mr. Richardson, can I get a roll call, please?
City Councilperson Tony Abbott.
Here.
Councilperson Aaron Cook.
Here.
Councilperson Mel Davis.
Here.
Councilperson Randy Abner.
Here.
Councilperson Paul Seymour Jr. is absent. Police Chief Don Combs. Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine. EMS Director Bobby Mills. City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
Utility Director Olin Clausen.
Present.
Mayor Kelly Milan.
Here.
And myself.
Okay, announcements, board reports, streets, alleys, and curbs, Mr. Cook.
No report, Mayor.
All right, finance, Mr. Abbott.
It's good.
Parks and playgrounds, Mr. Seymour. I met with him last week, and we were talking, and he's actually said he's been pretty pleased with the way things have been going in the parks and playgrounds. But I know we've got some new items that have come in and new items that have been ordered, correct, Mario? Correct. Okay, so we're going through each and every one of the parks to upgrade. Fire, Randy Abner.
Fire prevention started. I think today was their first day for fire prevention. They've been working on that, so
Okay.
they'll be working for a while. All happy.
All right. I'd like to bring a couple things up. Don't forget, next week is Fall Fest, everybody. Busy time throughout the whole week. I know our city workers will be busy getting the stage up and among a lot of other things. At our next meeting, which will happen at a monthly rate, we'll start getting monthly updates on the Civic Park project from the general contractor, and that'll happen at the second meeting of every month. So the second meeting in October will be our next update. Just so you know, the events committee through Main Street and other people probably that are a part of that are looking at ideas to replace the regatta. This year was a third year for the regatta, although it was a very hot year. They just think that for the money that we're spending to get the boats here, that we could utilize that money and probably have 4 or 5 events in the new park or downtown for the money that's spent. What they're asking is if you have any ideas, and also the community, if they have ideas of anything that we might want to try to do here in town, bring it to their attention. You can call Main Street or obviously let me know. So they just wanted me to bring that up to let you guys know, and if there's any ideas out there. That's all the announcements I have. I'll entertain a motion. Anybody up here got any other announcements that you wanted to share? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And then we have another set of meeting minutes from September 10th, council work session that I'd like to get a motion to approve.
Moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports, Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
I have nothing further to report.
Okay, sir. Police Chief Don Combs.
Working on Fall Fest coming up next week, and also working with Hollywood Event Center, their car show this coming week. We have a meeting tomorrow on that.
Austin Healy, in it?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's this Saturday down at the Event Center. And then EMS Director Bobby Mills.
Everyone should have a copy of the statistics.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay, under new business, you'll see that we had a public hearing that was going to take place tonight. That's actually going to happen on October 1st for the community center grant. So that'll be on your agenda for October 1st. Along, I believe it's budget hearing night, if I'm not mistaken. October 1st, yes. Okay. All right, first line item, I'd like to, Richard Richardson, Clerk Treasurer, regarding property taxes.
We need a motion to pay 3 separate claims. We'll go by the certificate number. We need a motion for $26,981.13 for certificate number 151800092. Within this motion will be certificate number 151700097. That'll be for $52,137.09. And then we'll have certificate number 151700094 in the amount of $8,076.83. That needs to be paid by tomorrow.
I'll make
All
a
right.
motion to pay.
All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. We got a representative from the Lawrenceburg Event Center here tonight to talk about the 2020 Indiana Tourism Conference coming to town, or possibly coming to town. Wanting to bid on it, I guess.
Yes.
All right, you want to step up to the podium, Shelley, and introduce yourself? And
Shelley Riddle, I'm with Doubletree and the Lawrenceburg Event Center, and we are looking to bid on the Indiana Tourism Conference for 2020. It's a conference that would bring everyone who's in tourism to this area, about 250 people. They would be here for 3 days. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But in order to bid on this, they have concessions, of course. And so it's a partnership with the city, with your CVB, and with our hotel and event center. We've done our due diligence as far as getting in their budget as far as room rate and rental on the event center and things like that. I have a commitment from Debbie Smith, who has agreed to get on their committee. She's agreed for $5,000 from the CVB to, they asked for $5,000 for 2019 launch, which Debbie has committed to pay for. Where you come in is they want a $5,000 commitment for the 2020 conference from the city. And for us to even bid this piece of business, we have to have all the pieces in hand before we can even put our proposal out. So I am here.
You just need the agreement, right?
I need the agreement, yes, that the city will sponsor $5,000 for the 2020 conference. It'll bring about, like I said, 250 people into the area. It's our time to showcase ourselves to the rest of the state. It's in Hendricks County next 2019. It moves around. Typically, it's north and south. We have not bid on this before. We've not hosted it yet. There's a whole grid of points. And in looking at the points, I think we're a really good, strong contender. It's just a matter of getting people down here and getting you all to say yes to $5,000, please. Questions?
Questions for Shelley?
When is this going to be held?
It's
Is it
in
summer?
March.
March?
2nd or 9th. We have availability for both weeks, and it's they'd come in on a Monday, they'd leave on a Wednesday.
So if we agree to do this, it'd be something we'd have to build into the budget for 2020. But you need would you need like an agreement letter or a submission or some type from us, or just
Not necessarily
Okay.
for them, because Debbie and I are going to put this whole proposal
Oh,
together. Basically, I
okay.
just need a yes or no, and we need to submit this by the end of this month.
They could just take it out of the mayor's budget.
That sounds fabulous.
yeah, yeah,
So just
we can do that.
Any other questions?
letter of intent, whether it's written or oral, subject to appropriations, I think would be
Yeah.
the
It'll be in the online minutes too, so you could pull it out,
Yeah.
we
That'd be great.
notated that we did the vote and it was acceptable.
I'll make the motion to donate the 5,000.
All right, well, let's put it, if you don't mind, if we could just phrase the motion as, we make a motion to, partner with $5,000 to bring the, 2020 Indiana Tourism Conference to town, subject to appropriations. They good?
That's my motion.
That's your motion. Second.
I'll say.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, I just got one request. There was a 5K that was supposed to take place on September 8th, and if you recall, I believe we had a lot of rain. So they're asking to move that to October 6th, but they just wanted to get permission to be able to move the date for that. It's the PDSA 5K Run and Walk, and I cannot remember what the acronym stands for. But I can find out if you guys need it. But it was supposed to be taking place on September 8th, and we had already approved it.
I'll make a motion to go ahead.
All right. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I think all of you have seen, I got one other item, a request from High Point Health on the Partners in Health building that they lease. They want to put a sign up that says High Point Health above the parking garage sign there. Does anybody have an issue with that, or just help identify their, yes?
I don't have an issue, Mayor, but
I know.
they have to go through the normal
I know.
cleaning, and
I know.
more than likely, probably a variance because of this.
Well,
But that's standard.
yeah. I knew they would have to talk to you, Mike. I'm just pushing the cart before the horse a little bit, maybe, but yes, they're paying for everything. They're not asking us for anything but the space to put it on.
I make motion to do so as long as they go through the normal procedures.
Okay. Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? All right, thank you. And Mike, we'll get them, we'll make sure they come to talk to you. All right.
I've got one thing before we move on to old business.
Yes,
Your Honor. After meeting with you and meeting with the union a few weeks ago, the widow of one of our employees, she was dropped from the insurance. And after I went through the union book, I think we ought to bring her back onto the insurance until a grievance is settled. Because there has been a grievance filed over it, so I think it's the smart thing for us to do. And the only thing for us to do is put her back on our insurance until the grievance is settled.
Okay.
Do I need a motion to do that, or?
Yeah, you probably will.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that is true. The issue was not that we didn't want to keep her on it. The issue was that the insurance company won't allow us to do that.
Well, the insurance company said because it was in the line of duty. And Jamie's got our handbook here if you want to read the paragraph.
No, I'm
coming
just
from.
saying, hey, if
He was an active
company,
employee, it's not line of duty, Dale. If he's an active employee, which the union says he is, then she's eligible for insurance till she's 65.
Okay.
It's right in our book, our contract.
But
I'm not a
like,
lawyer, but that's what I read in
No,
one paragraph.
I agree with that, Tony, but I'm just saying what the people that supply the medical insurance told us. That's who we're.
Well, what they're
taking
saying,
from.
because it was in line of duty, there's nothing in there about the in line of duty. He was an active employee, he passed away, she gets her insurance until she's 65. That's just black and white in that book. And if the insurance company wants to fight us, then I think we look for a different insurance company.
well, and that's the point the mayor is making. I mean, if that's the will of council, the vote would have to be to meet with them again. We have met with them to have them make that determination. So it's the insurance company taking that position, not the city, obviously not the union. It's the insurance company.
Well, I would think we could weld enough power to tell the insurance company you're going to insure, because they're going by what they're saying is in our book.
Well, I think
Not their policy, it's what they're saying in our contract policy.
I think the best way to approach that would be to do it this way then, is to have the union part of that talk with the medical insurance group, so you can stress your opinion, maybe you and Scott or whoever, and then have Jenny involved, of course, and see where it goes. I mean, listen, if the folks that write the medical insurance would check, if they agree, I mean, we'd have no reason not to.
Okay, but what do we do for this lady now? Right now, she has no insurance.
But the
We
insurance
can't-
company has to pay.
Yeah, we can't determine, I mean, the insurance company made that decision, we didn't.
But but from our talks, they made a decision by what's in our contract, which I cannot see in our contract, no line of duty nowhere. That's what I'm saying, they're wrong.
Well, maybe they are, but
I know, but
they got a lot smarter people than I am.
Them being wrong, she's hurting now. She has no insurance.
But that's, I agree with that, Tony. I mean, I've talked to Rita about this as well.
Okay, so
And
what
listen.
What about
listen,
Cobra?
It's
You said-
3,100,
How,
was that right,
how
Rita?
quick can we get that going until this is settled? We need some kind of stopgap thing for her.
Well, if I'd known about this tonight before the meeting, I could have had Jenny here to explain every
I
bit of
told
that.
you, when we had our meeting, I told you I was bringing it up.
But then we had the meeting with Mike Kramer, and I thought.
Right, and I told you I was gonna bring it up. Something has to be a
Well,
stopgap.
then I apologize. I should have had Jenny here because she could answer all that. I can't.
I think the most important thing for tonight, especially for the public, is that this was not a decision made by the city. It was a decision made by the insurance company. And I understand what you're saying too, but that's why when you made your motion, we don't have the authority to direct the insurance company as to what to do.
We have some authority over them because they're our insurance company, and if they don't wanna be our insurance company, the writers, then I'd say we look for somebody else.
Well, we can. If that's the choice you
Okay,
guys make.
so then we go back to Cobra and say, do we pick it up now for her for a stopgap until this grievance or the business with the insurance company is settled?
That's up to you guys. As far as Cobra, I mean, if she can still be on Cobra, that's up to you guys if you pay it or not.
But I'm just saying that'd be temporary, because I'm sure that the insurance company is wrong here.
Oh. Don't you have attorney at law?
I'm-
But no,
No, Tony, I
I
have
hope you're right.
experience of all this bull.
I'm
I've
hope
been
you're
here
right.
for a while. I've seen a lot of this bull.
Listen, I hope you're right. I really do. I hope you're right.
So how long does it take to start Cobra? You don't know, do you? HR would have to know.
No, I don't. Unless, Rita, did you know how long she said that it would take to get Cobra going? 30 days. And was it like $3,100 a month? Yeah. I mean,
Okay, I'll make a motion to start the Cobra on the widow of our employee, or put her back on the insurance if the insurance allows.
well, I think your best motion would be to put her on Cobra until we then negotiate with the medical folks in the union. Let them be a part of that negotiation. I would do one.
Well, that'd be just, I
Motion.
mean, it's the same thing. Until the insurance allows it
Okay.
with your meetings.
All right. What's your motion?
Oh,
go
you're
ahead.
gonna make me very.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it again.
To start her on Cobra
All right.
until we have meetings with the insurance company and the union representatives to see if she's eligible for our regular insurance. How's that?
Cobra. All right. All right. I'm just making a note here.
And that, I think that's fine. And again, I mean, I know the unions filed agreements, but they filed it with the city. The city hasn't done anything here. It's the insurance company. So there's a bigger issue as to our insurance company is interpreting part of the collective bargaining agreement to mean
They're interpreting.
whatever line of duty means, but they've made that determination. The city hasn't. So
They're interpreting it the way they want to interpret it. And
Right,
maybe
but-
we should interpret the way we want to and
but that will require us
fight them.
having some discussions with them. We can't just direct them to do something.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we can't have those discussions. So I think your motion is well said.
Okay. So the motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Get started on that tomorrow. Okay, any other new business or old business?
I got some old business.
All righty.
3 days ago or so, I'm going down Tate Street, and a woman runs a stop sign going down Arch, almost runs over one of our city employees on a lawnmower. I'm getting complaints on George Street, Bard Street, Elm Street, Short Street, and American Legion. Everybody's running stop signs. I mean, it's constantly and it's all the time. We've got 2 new police officers. Is there anything we can do to get the downtown patrolled more? Or, have them sitting there and catching these people doing it? Because most of the time it's people from out of town.
Absolutely, it's most people out of town. It shouldn't be, because when you're out of town, it's what you look for. You look for stop signs. People in town don't. But absolutely, we can set the stop signs, but when there's a police car there, they won't run it.
Well, sit back and catch them.
We will try to do our best, counsel, on trying to catch them and sit back and be an incognito.
Well, like I said, and those ones I just mentioned, those streets are really bad. You can see it every day, any day.
Sure,
There's one at
absolutely.
George and Euthymia also.
Yeah, George Street and Euphemia. That's
I can't
they
tell
just
you,
it's like there ain't no stop sign there.
I can tell you, there on Euphemia here where you're talking about, there's been a couple cars stopped by our officers the past couple of weeks there. I know we had a complaint there before.
Yeah.
So we have been, trying to strategically sit in places where we can catch them, and we do pull them over when we see it.
Okay. All right, thanks.
I think a compliment is also due. The LPD's presence on 50, I think, makes us all a lot safer. That's a really dangerous corridor, especially with the way that the bridge was under construction. And every day that I'd go to Kroger and back from downtown, there's a cruiser out there. And so I think it's really making a big difference. Thank you, Chief, for your troopers, your patrolmen.
Okay. Anything else, Tony?
I'm done.
All righty. Any other old business? If not, I'll entertain comments from the audience. Yes, sir?
Scott McLean from 134 Walnut Street, and I am coming from out of town, moving here. And I got to tell you, I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm amazed at how many people, I try to stop at every stop sign. I mean, that's what I'm used to, because my town had lots of stop signs, a lot more. And there's people who don't, they look at you and they see, oh, you're stopped, and they just kind of cut through. And it happens time and time again. And I've had, people don't take this wrong, but I've had people who are older who don't even look at you, don't even see you. And it scares me, because if I don't pay attention to them, I'm going to hit them, So it is a problem. That's all I got to say. As far as I'm concerned, I live right downtown, so anyway.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. If not, I do have a couple advance payments tonight. I believe it's Fall Fest related, if I can find it again. Oh, I've got them right here.
Thank you.
I've got them. There. Okay, it looks like one is a final payment for Pro Video for Fall Fest, sum of $27,500, and the other one is Kinked Entertainment.
Kincaid, isn't it?
Kincaid. That looks like Kincaid to me.
Some antics, I don't know.
Kincaid, whatever he says. The entertainment for $5,000 for Fall Fest. I'll entertain a motion to approve both of those.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. I'll entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, everybody.
Nobody on council leave.
No. Thank you, Bill.
Can't leave yet. Got a sign.
Tony.
No, it's shut off.
Got a sign.
Shot out of a cannon every time.
Yeah, I've got some stuff that we'll bring up.
Sorry, Tucker.
Wire.
He's got them already.
Tuesday.
I know. I forgot about it.
Forgot, Rich.
I forgot about it. Even after you said me on that.
Sign don't look bad, but you're right.
Okay.
Well, I should have all you guys to say, I looked at this too, packages. Carrying that big book, Lee?